Welcome back to a Chandler's Channel. I'm Tracy with your intuitive weekly vlog, and this episode is our Ask Tracy, where I answer 2 of our subscribers' questions that were put in the comment box. So welcome for that, guys. I'm going to jump in right away with Whitehawk because this can be quite lengthy when you're answering a couple of questions. So the first subscriber's question I'm going to answer is Sebastian. And he asked, will he ever find her? So let's go get Whitehawk. Sorry, my nose is going crazy all of a sudden. Let's go get Whitehawk and see what he has to say regarding this. Indeed, he says. This is a good question, for indeed it may be one that we are all asking ourselves. He says, will I ever find her? And the question is, yes, indeed, you will find her many times over in your heart, in your soul, under a rock, under your soul. My friend, he says to you as he speaks directly to you, Sebastian, she has always been with you. Why do you feel so lost without her, he says, when she has always been right here in your heart? You search so hard, day and night, high and low for her, and yet you need not seek her anywhere, for indeed, he says, she has always been right here. And as he's speaking to him, Sebastian is sitting down, or Sebastian, you're sitting down like on a rock. And so you're in a forested area. And Whitehawk is standing, in front of you, but he's kind of got his foot up on one rock too and leaning forward to you, and he kind of talks to you gently. And he's so compassionate with you because he just feels your sadness and your pain from all this. Yes, he says, there is so much. He says, my son, I just want to hug you so much, he says, for asking this question, because you have loved her in eternity. You have loved her your whole life. So why is it that you question if you will ever find her? Of course you will find her. You have already found her 1,000,000 times over. And you will continue to find her, child. Do not give up. Not one single solitary day do you give up. Do not give up, child. Do you understand my words? And he is asking you this. And you look up at him, and I see you, and you have short, dark hair. And you say, but Father, as you speak to Widow, but Father, I have not found her. I look every day, and there's so much sadness in you. I look every day for her, and I don't understand. I don't understand what you're saying to me, for I don't see her. I don't hold her in my hand. She is not physically here for me to touch. He says, child, she may not be physically here today, but she has always been here and here. It is you who wishes her away. It is you who scares her away by your own misdemeaning comments and degrading of yourself. You cannot think someone will love you, child, if you do not love yourself, if you do not think yourself worthy for others to love. You cannot think that they will love you if you do not find love in yourself. So, child, find love in yourself, for I love you, for he loves you. We have always loved you, and we will always love you. Do not think that somehow you are any less or imperfect than anybody else in the world, child, for you are not. And you are of value, and you are solely worthy of such massive love and such massive pleasure in your life. So you must allow it, child, to come into your world. You must allow it. You must be able, you must be able to open yourself to receiving such a kind of love, child. Are you willing to do that? And he says, yes, Father. He kind of coyly says it as he kind of puts his head down and plays with the sand with his foot. Yes, Father. I understand. I am willing and open to receiving her love. I will find her. No. Whitehawk says no. She will find you. And she is here. And she is here. And she is already here. She's so close to you, he says. You could touch her. You can smell her. So don't look too far, child, for you will miss her if you blink. Indeed, you will miss her if you blink, child. God bless, he says. God bless. And thank you for asking this question, Sebastian. It took a lot of courage. Yes, thank you very much, Sebastian, for asking that question. I hope you do find her, and I hope you do allow yourself to receive the kind of love that Whitehawk was talking about. God bless with that. All right, so our second question comes from Ananya, and her question was to me, who is Whitehawk? Is it the Holy Spirit dove? And so I've already said a little bit about Whitehawk, that he's Native American Indian. He's a very tall man. He's stands 6'1", 6'2". Can be a little intimidating, especially when I first met him. He was very intimidating to me because he speaks the truth. He speaks wisdom. He's not mean, but he does speak his mind. Do you know what I mean? So for me at that point in time, for someone who didn't really speak her mind, because I was always so kind of intimidated of people being offended by that, or worried they would dislike me, right? And indeed he has taught me to speak my mind, and to not worry whether people dislike you or not, because you certainly can't control that. So let's go get Whitehawk and see what he has to say about himself, who he is, and is he the Holy Spirit, and or a dove? Okay. Indeed, he says. This is a very good question. He says, a complicated question. I do not believe it is one that I can answer within a 5-minute journey, he says, but nonetheless, I will do my best. He says, indeed, who am I? Well, there is no doubt, he says, this one has spoken to you and told you some things of myself, but let me be ever so pleased to share who I am with the rest of you, he says. When I journeyed on earth, one of my many journeys, he says, when I journeyed on earth, I decided one time that I wanted to help the world. And I feel, when he says that, is that joy or sadness? And Whitehawk says it is sadness that you're feeling, he says. Indeed. He says, and the reason why I took the position when I came to earth of a medicine man, he says, in this tribe, was because my people, or these people of earth, were suffering. They were suffering gravely, and so I chose to come to the earth and to immerse myself into this tribe here and to help them. Because they were losing people up at a rapid pace. There was much illness. There was much soul searching. There was much not living their life with joy or with purpose. And so They were literally losing themselves, he says, and dying because of the loss of spirit within themselves. So I came because I felt so much for these people, and I loved these people so much as I had watched them go through their heartache from above them. So I came and I decided to be a medicine man within their tribe and to bring them back fully, wholly to themselves. And when I see Whitehawk and he comes to me, he's big, but he's all dressed in white, which would represent and symbolically mean a medicine man within this tribe. And he says, yes, indeed, they were very much the color of a medicine man. So when I journeyed to Earth and I became this medicine man, he says, I was able to help the people of my community to better seek fulfillment within themselves and joyfulness within themselves on their journey, so that they may enjoy their life, what they lived it out here on their earth walk. And so he says, and there's so much sadness in him, I came back. I have come back through this one, he says. I have come back for the people of the earth to help them, he says, because they are lost. There is much sadness in them. They have lost their spirit. They have lost their will to live without purpose, because they have had no purpose. So I made a deal. I don't know why he said this, but I'll say it. He says, I made a deal with the devil that I would come back and that I would be able to help the people of Mother Earth to live again, to sing in praise, to sing in praise to its highest point, meaning like a sing in praise of the Lord above, the God, to help them find their souls again, to find their spirits again, to enjoy their journey in their earth walk. And so that is who I am, children. And when I say to you, I came back and made a deal with the devil, do not be afraid. It is simply a saying that it is a tough commitment. It is a tough job to have undertaken, because there are so many wounded hearts, so many wounded spirits on earth currently, and there continue to be. And so to have come back here through Tracy, he says, is like, and I keep getting this vision of a bunch of people drowning, like they're just drowning, and Whitehawk is like, I mean, it's just, I don't even see the water. I just see heads of people trying to keep their heads above water, and they're drowning, and Whitehawk comes up through them, and he's trying to walk or to get up out of them, because he doesn't want to be taken down with them drowning. And so he's doing his best to get his head above water and to come above them to then be able to help them. And so that is the vision that I'm getting in regards to his deal with the devil, coming back and trying to help the people of the earth. And he says, yes, that is why I have journeyed here again, to help my family, he says, of the earth. As he says, if you wish to see it again as a tribe, we are a tribe, he says, to come back and to help you guys live your life with joy and happiness and purposefulness. So that is... Okay, so my video conked out, and that's okay, because it was at the end of the channeling session with Whitehawk anyways, as to he was telling us who he was and why he was here. And it was very surprising, but I feel very, very blessed and grateful to have Whitehawk, and I'm blessed and grateful to be here with you guys as well. So that is our Ask Tracy episode. As you notice, I took the necklace off of the big and clunky. Anyways, I took it off.
that's the Ask Tracy episode. Join us on Thursday for our intuitive weekly reading. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe so that you can be a part of the Ask Tracy episodes where I answer 2 subscribers' questions. Get your questions in the comment box, and next time maybe your question will be answered. So I'm so grateful and blessed to be here with you guys. We'll see you on Thursday for our intuitive weekly reading, and check out the June 2014 monthly reading because a lot of good is being unveiled in June. God bless. I'm Tracy for Chandler's Channel.